Moving on.
Oh my God.
Now this one is on VDM because I really don't know what's happening. I know I said it on this table, but some people came for me. They were saying VDM is not like that. He's trying to do this. He's trying to do that. Now VDM said something that I have a very huge problem with. He said,
and we
that
quote
Mohbad. Okay, before the Mohbad incident, Naira Marley. I don't understand.
Oh my
I feel that whatever it is that Naira Marley has promised you to whitewash his name and make him uncancelled, it have wiped your brain as well.
Honestly, because at this point, VERYDARKMAN is
he's just saying a lot of things that you begin to wonder. Are you okay? And the funny thing is, it will get to a point whereby if anything comes up and something happen, because we know how VDM can be, how it can be very back on, and you go and say the wrong thing, and then they carry you. This same Naira Marley that you're elevating like this, he will deny you faster than Peter denied Jesus.
The same video that came out when they locked you up, he came out to be saying that they should release you. And
it's the same David.
It's the same video that you're.
Excuse you. What are your facts? Your facts remains the fact that if Naira Marley enters into a room, they'll be shouting Maliam.
Please, VERYDARKMAN, I need you to help me. I need you to give me your research based on what you just said.
He gave you the research now. He's there.
Now, Naira Marley is bigger than Davido.
And now he said that if Davido, Wizkid, Burna Boy enter into a room and Naira Marley enter, that they will still be shouting Maliam.
Is that what we are looking at right
That's
now?
what he's looking. That's what he is looking at.
No, I want to
No,
know.
that is his own industry. That is what he says he's looking at this point. Because how many shows has Naira Marley done outside Nigeria?
Thank you. How many shows has he closed?
Has he had a sold out show outside? Which one of them has had a sold out show at O2 Arena? Do you know what it means to sell out O2 Arena?
I don't know.
It's too early on the Monday morning to be angry, please.
Naira Marley, how global
is Naira Marley?
Is Naira Marley?
Not be within this our Nigeria.
How many tours has Naira Marley done that you can you sat down, you put ring lights, and you are saying that he's bigger than Davido, Wizkid, and Burna Boy?
Oh my God!
Even Rema,
the way G-Baby is smiling.
Even Rema,
small age is bigger than Naira Marley.
Bigger than Naira Marley, hands down.
How did Rema enter this?
No, but if that's how we want to go about it.
Okay.
I have a feeling that you want to.
She begs to differ.
Oh yeah,
carry on.
Okay.
Carry on.
Oh, this one got me big time. Okay. So there was a point where Naira Marley was actually more heard compared to Wizkid, Davido, and Burna Boy. Yes. There was a point. Within 2020, 2021, now, that was when we had, more light about who Naira Marley is, the Malians movement, and, the fact that we had Zeno. At that time, that was even one of the times. That's the time Zeno also came out. So the fact that Zeno was under Naira Marley at that time, of course, there was that, who is Naira Marley, who is Zeno, and what's the sound like, right? So, yes, as at that point, I would agree that, Naira Marley and everything that has to do with Naira Marley, his music, there are a lot of them, mention it. I mean, the one that I love really so much is this, See Me See Trouble, Am I a Yahoo Boy, right? So that was the time where, Naira Marley was actually on everybody's lips and all of that. Now, Mohbad actually died 2023. So as at that time, of course, Naira was heard, but not. I don't think anybody would say that Naira Marley was still as big relevant. As exactly. He was relevant, right? But then I would say that at that time he was also having his footprint more stable now, because then everybody established who Naira Marley was, his music is, and everything like that. Now, the fact where you see the point of VDM saying that because Naira Marley was everywhere and everybody knew Naira Marley, he cannot do such a thing, or what we are accusing him of allegedly now is so wrong. Because I get his point, I get the argument, but it's not correlating. It doesn't make any sense. They add up. Do you understand? So you see that part here, he was saying that Naira Marley at some point was bigger than Wizkid. I would not use the word bigger. I would say at that time that's where we got to understand understand who Naira Marley is. So where we now had that issue of that conflict about who killed Mohbad, who did not kill Mohbad, and that's even literally even the downfall of Naira Marley's career at that time, because that's where, you know, the whole council thing, the council culture started coming in and all. So you guys get the point. But where he was saying that, you know, because of how Naira Marley is and all, he cannot do such a thing. I mean, that's literally, you know, VDM saying that, you know, because of where he is, he will not want to associate his hands into those kind of things. Is a lie. Because whether you're a big or a small person, that doesn't stop you from being a bad person or being a wicked person or being a killer. So yeah. So there was a point. You cannot take that.
For somebody that his sound associates with just a few people.
Are you joking? Wait. Are the people that the sound?
No, wait.
Okay.
The way people would associate with Wizkid, Davido, Burna Boy is different from how people would associate with Naira Marley's kind of. Now, I'm not saying there were not people that did not associate, minus the streets people, but you cannot compare.
You can't compare.
I'm not comparing anything. Now, the time when Naira Marley came out, we already had Wizkid, Davido. You should understand that when we have a new person, we kind of glorify that person, because that's their time. When Charlie Poppy came out, we were glorifying him. Anybody that comes in right now, we'll go. That's how it is. That's literally how we are when it comes to Afrobeat and music. Do you understand? We'll listen to that person till either the person misbehave or the person now reduce in their sound, or they're giving us the same thing. Look at the likes of Ashake. When Ashake started his music, for complete 2 years, we were back on back. Any other artist that is singing, we know the year. It was only Ashake we were listening to. So that's the same thing we give to each and every one of these artists that come on. So during that time, that was Naira Marley's peak. That's what I'm saying. So I would not want to compare, because at that time, of course, Davido has been established long time. Burna Boy has been established long time. Wizkid has been established long time. Were we seeing these persons? Yes. But then we're more concerned about what Naira Marley had to bring to the table.
If he had said that at so period, though, there was a possibility that
there
Naira
was a certain time.
But the way he's now saying it, that starting from the career, looking at the whole career progression,
Naira Marley is there. Davido and Co.
No, that's why I had to explain what I just.
I beg. At this point, I feel like
you didn't give me headache.
Very dark man. We already know. I said it on this table that he was paid.
Hell,
because at this point, it is not.
It's not ordinary.
It is not.
It's not from. It's not love.
It is no longer fight for Mohbad.
He's obviously trying
to eradicate or
to uncancel
Naira Marley in the industry. That's
we're very uncancelled
so,
here. There's a word like that. But then,
then again,
I agree with you guys. I mean, what VDM is doing is what I really don't understand, right? Because you coming out to say you're fighting for Naira Marley and whatnot, it's not making sense.
Like it has moved from hashtag justice for Mohbad to hashtag justice for Naira Marley.
That's what it is at this point. So we have a few comments and let's take it. And this is from Tasha Jones, and she said, all I want to know, will the people who paid 3 million naira get refunded? Asking for a friend. We don't know. We don't. I think they went on that trip.
I think they went. So you see, that is even a more reason why I feel IVD would have said, babe,
let's go,
because the fact that they already carried people along, people already paid. And they obviously would have paid for the accommodation, the flight, the food, and it would be possibly a non-refundable fee. So they were like, you know what? Before they'll come and drag us for something else that we not refund them, we chop their money, we did 419, we did scam. Babe, just
you guys are just making an excuse for bad character. Anyways, moving on to the next comment. This is from Osas. She said, "Hi, Ogaraya, where is our guy Pelumi?" Me, I don't know. I don't know where he is.
Pelumi, down.
Then she now said, "People, not everything deserves a response. Very Dark Man is trolling." Actually, at this point, because I really don't understand. This is
some of the things that he's saying.
Now, still on Very Dark Man, but this is on Iyabo Ojo. So now, Iyabo Ojo has responded fiercely to claims made by social media activist Very Dark Man, who alleged she backed out of an agreement to publicly apologize to Naira Marley and Sam Larry. Now, her response comes hours after Very Dark Man shared details of a roundtable discussion at the Nigerian Police Force National Cyber Crime Center (NPF-NCCC) held with Naira Marley, Sam Larry, Iyabo Ojo, Tonto Dike, and their legal teams, claiming Iyabo had promised to apologize publicly for accusing Naira Marley and Sam Larry of involvement in Mohbad's death, but later involving that's the death of Mohbad. So now in a new TikTok live session, Iyabo dismissed Very Dark Man's narrative as manipulative and dishonest, calling him corny and deceitful. Iyabo Ojo defended her actions, stating she had genuine reasons to speak out at that time. She explained that her reaction was driven by disturbing videos and online reports that emerged after Mohbad died in 2023. She also further to describe seeing videos of Sam Larry allegedly mocking the late singer and others, showing physical assault, which she said compelled her to believe the bullying accusations. At this point, I think let's listen to what she has to say.
I don't understand. Where is all this one coming from? Who was setting who up? Why would they want to bring? We saw these videos. And in that consigned group, there was no time that any one of them said, this is how we should plan it. Naira Marley is the one that killed him, and then we'll do this and do this. I said, you can bring all that one because me, I can't. At the group, I think I left the group. There was an issue that was going on in the group at that time. I think when Sam Clef was at Davido and Dre, they had their off there. And I left the group then because I was like, I don't understand the fight. At that time, I already even made up my mind that I was not getting involved with the Justice for Mohbad again, because then there was too many distractions. There was the DNA issue, there was the CCTV issue, there was this issue, there was, Baba Mohbad and Wumi's issue. Like, it was just a whole lot. And I said, well, thank God there's a corona inquest. Thank God an autopsy has been done. At least if we cannot achieve everything, we'll be able to achieve some. Let me take a bow. So with that consigned group, I came off it. But I have some people that are still in that group that has the full, do you understand? It's a crime for you to post people's private chat. It's a crime. You have to understand the law. But if the right authorities request for it, I'm sure the 1 or 2 or 3 people that still have the video, or the group chat, will tender the group chat. But asking that I post it, it's a crime. Why would I post other people's private chats? You want them to sue me? No. But take it to the right authorities. If they request for it, there are 1 or 2, 3 people that have it. They can go through the whole concerned citizen chat to see if there's anything implicating them. Even your own that you wanted to do justice for yourself, it was a link. I think it's Amcleb that even first posted that link in the group. I can't remember. It was a link that was already trending online that they just put there. You understand? For us to see. So, it's a group chat. I do not have control or power of whatever it is that anybody chooses to put inside there, as long as it's not affecting justice for Mohbad.
See, at this point I really don't know what to say, you get, and all of that. And I think I would, in a way, just want to back up what Iyabo is saying, because I feel like the reason why she got herself involved in this whole fight and justice for Mohbad was the videos we saw.
I mean, that's the reason why
and
everybody
even everybody,
got
that was why everybody head was on this Mohbad. That was why people came out to do that candlelight walk, and I was even part of the people that went for the whole candlelights and all of those things at hand. Thank you. And also, I feel like the reason why people even got themselves involved in the first place is because of the videos, the petition that Mohbad wrote against Naira Marley and the Malian records and all of those things. That was why everybody got involved and all. But when this whole is the wife, the father came out to start giving a different story, like different, the whole thing was just different so you get, that was when people started to step back and all. So at this point, I said it before, I really don't know the motive Very Dark Man has with this whole thing. I'm sure that they are looking for who to point, who to hold accountable for this, for the death of Mohbad. And with the way it's going, they are not seeing anybody to hold accountable. So they are just, going up and down, just causing issues here and there. At this point, I think I understand where Iyabo is coming from, honestly speaking. I really the hate is becoming too much on this woman.
My own 2 cents is, the way this case has turned in recent times, it's obvious that VERYDARKMAN is a pawn in a personal vendetta against Iyabo. Because, let's be honest, it was not only Iyabo that was hammering on the whole case when the whole Mohbad issue happened. I mean, Tonto DK was there and some other people. But why is it now that the case has resurfaced, is Iyabo that everybody is hammering on? So that means that somebody is using somebody to push out their hate against this woman. Like we said last week, obviously this woman is not a saint. We don't know what it is she has done. Obviously, there are people that are the aggrieved group. They are there. It's still somebody that is still championing those people to actually be like, this woman I've kept you in mind for a very long time. This is the perfect opportunity to now explore and show this hate. So that's what it is at this point, because it is not justice for Mohbad again, it's hate against Iyabo Ojo and to make Naira Marley look like a saint.
Actually. What about you?
See, I would literally just advise Iyabo Ojo to stop replying all of these things. Because the more you reply, the more you're following
VDMs.
VDM will come. Of course, VDM is going to reply to this one. So there's just going to be so many back and forth and all. Just ignore these people.
I feel at this point, you should just let it go.
How hard is that?
Obviously, VDM is going to continue. We know how VDM is. He's obviously going to continue on his rant and his rampage. Naira Marley is a good person. He's not a bad person. He was out of the country. One thing. If you keep replying to everything VDM says, you sort of justify and, fuel his, for lack of a better word, give him more energy, Sha. So I feel like silence is the best answer for complete the statement. So she should not respond. It's not everybody you need to. I mean, you need to focus on doing omugo for your daughter and just leave the haters alone.
Okay, anyways, before we go on this very short break, we have a comment by Sherlyn Edwards. And, okay, you know what? Let's go on this short break. We'll be right back.
Life is made up of moments, some that fill us with joy, others that test our strength. Welcome to Heartlines. This is our space to explore the highs and lows of human connection, the love, the heartbreak, and resilience that shapes our life. From relationships to friendships, parenting to partnerships, and so much more. Every week, we share stories and conversations that define us, navigating love, separations, the struggles of parenting, dealing with anxiety and managing the pressures and stress of life. Real conversations that bring us closer, helping us heal, grow, and connect. So join me Mondays through Fridays at 10 p.m. for Heartlines, the show where we connect hearts, have real conversations with real people, one story at a time.
Hi everyone, my name is Jacob. Subscribe and keep watching Gossip Gala.
Hey yo, what's good, Fly Gang? It's your boy Fly Guy, and I'm hanging out with Gossip Gala. Tune in on YouTube right now and subscribe. Peace.
Yo, my people, it's your boy Mosh Bills, and I'm live with Gossip Gala. Don't tune that down.
Welcome back, guys. This is Gossip Gala, where we spill all the juiciest tea. If it's not trending, then we are not talking about it. So before we go to the next, story, the next one, Mr. Reno, about this call you. Anyway,
I like that story actually.
So this is from Sherlyn Edwards, and she said, in general, if someone, so they say we should skip the comments, so we'll be back. We'll get back to that comment. So let's move on to the next story, which is on Reno Omokri. I don't know if
Reno.
Omokri. I never been really bothered about how they pronounce the name.
So now, former presidential aide Reno Omokri has stirred controversy. He's a controversial person, so I mean, What is controversy without him?
That's why we know him now, sure.
Yeah. So, with a bold statement asserting that only virgins should be considered brides, and that any monetary demands for a non-virgin under the disguise of bride price amounts to nothing short of extortion. Omokri made the claim in a detailed post on Sunday via his X handle, where he argued that the terms dowry and bride price are often misunderstood and misapplied in sub-Saharan Africa. There's a huge difference between dowry and a bride price. That was what he said. He then explained that bride price, unlike dowry, is tied to both African culture and Jewish traditions, and historically applies only when the bride is a virgin. He condemned what he described as the growing monetization of marriage, especially in cases where the woman is no longer a virgin. He also backed his claim with scriptures, insisting that Bible only uses the term brides for virgins. Citing biblical examples, he urged that no bride price was ever paid in scripture for a woman who was not a virgin.
They paid bride price in scripture.
That was what.
To some extent.
That was what he said.
I think there's this story of one person I wanted to get married. I can't remember the names now, but I know I've read that particular part where he wanted to get married to someone, and somehow the father said, "Oh, you have to stay for 7 years."
Or when Jacob wanted to marry,
so
Leah.
sort of that can pass for it.
Okay. So what do you guys have to say about this?
No, Toby, let's hear.
No, let's hear
from you.
Today is you today.
Okay, so you saw a problem with Reno. You know when you know too much. Exactly. So Reno, sometimes some of the things that Reno says just make sense. Even though sometimes he says it at the time where we have either moved past that or we really do not care, to be honest. Do you understand? So I get the angle where he's saying that, oh, the bride price is quite expensive. You know, look at my state, for example, Imo State. You have to buy a truck, you understand, that has that has 2 bars of yams inside, you understand? If you want to come and talk to my daddy, you get the point. It's a lot. We get that part. But the period you're not telling us that, oh, you know, you if the person is not a virgin, don't pay the person, don't pay the person's bride price, blah blah blah. Back in my head, I'm like, nobody asked you. We not ask you for this thing. You understand? When you know too much, you just spill out when it's not necessary, right? So now I also wanted to say something. Now I get the part where he was talking about the fact that even in the Bible, you know, even people that they call virgins, blah blah blah, are people that are sexually pure and all. But then I think I also need to tell him too that there are some parts in the Bible too where virgins were actually called. Like we had like the parable of the 10 virgins and all. That does not. I mean, when that particular parable, we're not talking about, you know, somebody that is that slept with someone or someone that is not sexually pure. It was more about people that actually believed, you know, believers in that sense. So Oga should please, and I understand that he knows too much, but try as much as possible not to also contradict or try to, you know, say certain things that are really not like valid. Moreover, we know ask Reno, but then we already know who Reno is. So
I mean, don't the way he talks, so he has to say something. But my point is, okay, fine, we understand your take. That is what you feel, that you're the traditional man. But do we place the same standards on the men? Accepted, there's no groom price, there's nothing.
That's it.
But do we place the same standards of virginity on the men? Because why is it when a woman is not a virgin, she's suddenly seen as not a full package? But when a man has slept with the whole community, there is really no problem about it. The man is still responsible as long as there is no evidence that he got anybody pregnant. So please, the double standard is smelling.
It's actually becoming too much.
It is stank.
It's becoming too much. So if you're saying that women who are no longer virgins, bride price should not be paid on top of their head, I think the same thing should also be accorded to the men as well. Because even men, they are the ones.
Even with their recent excuse and all. I mean, I beg, like I said,
the men should not marry. If they are sleeping
that's
around,
that's
it.
They should not marry anybody.
Now.
Let everybody do. Now.
Yes, they should be doing their thing all over the world. Just like we have some people that have children with different women from different states in Nigeria.
Imagine.
Just imagine.
So Well, that's just it. Because I even heard some, people, because when I was coming, I was listening to radio and they were talking about this particular thing and all. And one of the presenters, she was like, so, okay, let's say we even now eventually get married and all of that. You did not pay anything on top of my head, so don't expect me to perform wifely duties.
Exactly. You get that's what I'm saying.
And that's on period.
You see, Reno just comes out and he says certain. Sometimes I get it that you know these things. It's one thing to be brilliant and knowledgeable about these things, but then you have to also understand that where exactly are you telling these people? The message exactly the message that you're passing. Sometimes it will not be confusing and people will not start getting it wrongly. You should try as much as if you're coming out to say something, think and first before you come out.
Let's even paint this picture, Uncle Reno. Let us say that a girl was
his daughter.
No, let's not say his daughter. Let's just say there's a female that was an unfortunate victim of rape.
So what happens?
So what happens in that case?
Exactly. Women that are virgins, what happens to them?
Are you saying that because she was a victim of such unfortunate circumstances, they shouldn't still pay bride price on her head? Please, before you come out and talk, go and check the history of what bride price and dowry is all about.
Exactly,
because at this point, I guess that, like she said, your head is full with knowge.
That's what happens.
Please, let us be very certain about some kind of things you say.
I want to feel that knowledge she's talking. She's being sarcastic about it. It's sarcasm. You don't know if you yourself. Anyway, before we leave this story, okay, I think we have a new comment. Okay, this is from Shirley. Charlene Edwards. Okay, in general, I believe if someone publicly says negative things about you which affected your business, the apology should be public.
So Iyabo was reckless by stating Naira drugged her kids. Even in this video, she said it that one of her son, blah 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 blah. Back of my head, I've always said this in Nigeria. You know the kind of country you're in. I mean, with the kind of things that have happened to the likes of Natasha, you should know that if you don't have solid evidence to prove what you're saying, you're not gonna be solid. We are gonna see you. We are gonna hear you. But then, is this something that would actually give you the justice that you need? Because the part where she was saying that her son was a victim, blah blah blah. The drugs and all. That even when she was telling him, during the time that she was detained and all, that Naira Marley was like, no, he's here to actually prove his innocence, blah blah blah. I'm like, see, it's one thing to state these things out, another thing to be sure that because at the end of the day, they can now sue you for defamation as per get evidence to back with you they talk. So it's important that you have all of these things. People should know this, please. So before you come out to spill, so that it doesn't, at the end of the day, you don't get like the backlash. You get. So it's one thing to say, this is what has happened to you. Bring out evidence so that we are able to carry out this matter with,
Anyways, before we go, let's take this other comment. This is from Osas, my girl. She said, I beg, I don't tire for this man. He just wants to trade.
Simple.
What's his value? Who jumps on all political arena for $1?
Do you get? Actually, that's Reno for you. He's always. I remember there was this time I was watching him. He was talking about why we should not vote for what's his name now. This guy that went for president, Peter Obi and all. He was just going up, going down, going sad. I'm like, I understand that you have sense, but then most of the times we don't really. We don't need all these things.
To rest,
bro.
In Jesus' name,
amen.
Rest.
Anyways, before we go, let's take this one. This is on Iyaya. So Iyaya has been going through different, he responded to an ex-user. So I don't know if you guys know this story that nurses decided to go on strike, but this particular nurse say,
against all odds.
Against all odds, she still go they work and all of that. And Iyaya was like, he was impressed and he decided to gift her. That's how one ex-user came and was like, that why is it that Nigerians like to reward bad behavior and all of that? But what do you think about this? I feel like
I'm neither here nor there,
to be honest. Because if you look at it, we get the human's point of view. Because again, she's a health worker. You know how it is. If
emergencies and whatnot.
What happens to all of the sick patients that are already in the hospital to start with? Do you get? And you saying you want to go on strike? We get the angle of probably they're not being paid well. They're not taken care of like they should, right? Which is actually coming back to the fact that it's because of the kind of country that we are in. If we have leaders that understand the importance of those people, you will not see nurses going on strike. You will not see doctors going on strike because these people are very important.
Essential workers.
Understand? So the parts where, you know, a nurse is saying that they want to go on strike, like, honestly speaking, I get them 100. And she's saying that almost
by cutting the strike and saying, but that I said is neither near nor there.
I don't think it's a bad behavior. That person saying it's a bad behavior. That person literally is the one with the
person
bad behavior.
When you are sick, you will know whether it's bad behavior or not.
So
God forbid you have an emergency that you need a nurse to attend to you.
Exactly. So it is not a bad behavior. And I like what Inyanya did, because that's exactly what our government is actually supposed to be doing.
Yeah, true.
500K, that's a lot. I love it. I love it.
I even saw on X where a girl quit, like she left her job, the job was paying her 500,000 naira monthly. She went to the UK and she's looking for a job. When I saw it, I'm like,
those ones people will be alright.
I'm like,
those ones people will be alright.
Anyways, I like you guys have said, I actually commend Inyanya for what he did. I know. I think these people they deserve
to be paid a lot of money. Like, I'm sorry to say this, but the monies our centers are collecting, those are what these health workers are meant to be collecting. Because these people are putting their lives on the front line.
Not the privileges. Yes.
Like, I mean,
we have justice going. They have their break. They go on vacation. Let me not try to, you know, compare their work and all of that. But just
let's compare the work. Because let's compare the work
that you're giving the judiciary and all should actually also be passed on to all of these health people. But of course, they don't see the importance. That's why we are still here.
That's why we're having brain drain. So please, you people should not fall sick.
Yes,
it's very dangerous to fall sick right about now, because according to statistics, we have one doctor to about how many thousand Nigerians?
Imagine.
So imagine.
Because a lot of these doctors are relocating.
They are just because they are going to countries that see their worth, they are seeing their value, and you cannot tell them that you are paying a nurse how much.
I even heard a nurse collects 80,000 naira monthly.
Imagine
like in this economy, what does 80,000
plus night shift and morning shift,
the whole trauma they go through, the whole saving, like come on guys.
Anyways,
let's do better.
It be like say today just get a CV. But then again, everybody will be fine.
We miss Pelumi. Yes, we did not see you today.
I wanted to say that.
Pelumi, what happened?
Ogaraya bad character.
See, just manage her bad character. Trust me, deep down, she's a very sweet person.
Wow.
Forget the bad character that she's on this screen.
You know.
So you guys feel because it is
you. It is not a him problem. It's a you
problem.
Oh, it's a me problem.
Yes.
I'm so sorry, Pelumi. It be like say this our relationship have to be on hold because the problem is me.
It's not you.
Anyways, we need to go. They have said they are using broom. Halele, come and be going. But before we go, let me drop you.
Oh no.
Let me leave you with this. Happy New Week. Inspiration.
Okay.
Thank
so
God.
may this week, let me pray for you as a prophetess that I am.
So
may this week be filled with growth and new opportunities, and make sure you make it a wonderful week, guys. Ogaraya out.